What is going on, my peoples? Welcome back to the channel, and today I want to talk to you guys about another toy fair exclusive from High Toys. This time is repaint, let's just call it that, from Ironman 2. It's based on the Mark IV armor, and this time around is the Neon Tech Ironman, and he looks absolutely stunning. I just love Iron Man as much as the next guy who does not love Iron Man. I just never got into the wagon of collecting every single Iron Man, or even a few of them. I have a single Iron Man display on my collection, and I am very happy with it. And I just think that you have to really like Iron Man to collect all of them, and I really do. But money wise and space wise, it's just too much to be consuming, purchasing all these figures that Hot Toys is putting out for us, especially when it comes to repaints. But whoever likes Iron Man and has more than one suit on their collection, they may want to take a look at this. But there is a caveat that we're going to talk about in a little bit here. So looking into the figure, he looks absolutely stunning. He has this neon thing going on, as the name implies, throughout the suit, on the front and the back. Everybody's saying he looks that he came out of Tron. Absolutely agree with that. He just looks that he came out of Tron. Fantastic looking armor. Is the Mark IV armor beloved for a lot of people. We are waiting for that armor to be released later on this year with the gantry, and I am hoping to get my hands on one of those gantries. I don't care so much for the Mark IV because I already have the Mark 46, and I am perfectly fine with a single Iron Man in my collection. I'm more of a variety, but I do have, if you've seen my collection, I do have Iron Man basement, air quotes, on the bottom of my shelves. So I do want to add a gantry to that basement that I'm recreating, so to speak, on the bottom of my collection. And gantry is something I've been looking at for a long time, and I am super excited that Hot Toys has re-released it with a slightly better paint job, and I cannot wait just to get my hands on it. So yeah, coming back to the figure, he just looks badass. He can, as you guys can see, he can do a landing pose. Not perfectly fine, but fairly well, I should say. And that is a huge improvement over figures in the past that could not even get close to these landing pose. But Hot Toys engineering has gotten better over the years, and now you guys can see that we're getting closer and closer to achieving the perfect landing pose without needing an extra torso to do so. When it comes to the accessories, he has everything that you could ask for on a Mark IV. He has the missiles on the wrist, missiles on the shoulder. He has more missiles. He has like missiles everywhere. He's just completely orange. If you've seen the Mark IV, this is the exact same thing. So we're gonna move on. He comes with those laser beams that come out of his wrist. Pretty nice. They're blue this time around. They're usually red. They're going for the tone that the figure has, so they come out with it blue. His wrist opens up and it exposes the LEDs on the inside. Really nice looking. I love this Mark IV is coming out really nicely. So these pictures are really cool, but you have to pay attention to this particular one over here. The one on the right is on the darkness, and this is how he's going to look on a specific light expose. I see this armor like the new Black Panther from the Black Panther movie, that if you expose him to this special light, how they call it, you can bring those accents out, because those are not LEDs. Those are actually, as you can read here on the bottom, luminous reflective patterns. They're not LED. So when you get your figure on your collection, it's going to look like this. So if you're planning on getting this figure, just remember your figure is going to look like this side of the figure, unless you have the darkness necessary and the special light to bring these reflective patterns out of the figure. You're gonna have a figure looking like this. Just keep that in mind, guys, because these pictures are very, very deceiving, and thank God they included this, so whoever wants to buy it, notice that it's not all rainbows and sunshine. That you're not gonna have the figure looking like that. Those are not LEDs. And even though if they were LEDs, we all know how difficult LEDs are, and maybe you can use them for pictures and this and that, but you cannot have the figure looking like that all the time on your collection, unless you have the proper condition. As I said, if you have the darkness necessary, if you have this special light, which, by the way, I was reading on the details and I don't seem to see that they had included the special light on the package. So where am I supposed to be getting this special light so I can light up my figure? My opinion is that it's just a black light. Like I said on the Black Panther video, it's just a regular black light. If you get any black light out or anywhere, this is gonna come out. That is just how I feel. That's my hope. But that might not be the case. I'm 99% sure that that's the case. But they didn't even take the liberty to include in it like they did with the Black Panther. He has the reflective patterns as well, but he does come with his own lights on the base that looks really neat, replicating the mining train pillars, right? Really, really cool. But this guy, he doesn't come with his own source of the special light. So I don't know how Hot Toys wants us to supposedly light up our Iron Man looking like this, which they have included every single figure looking really, really cool with all those light up features. But at the same time, they have not provided us a light. So in this other picture here, you guys can see the same. This is the cool looking effect, and this is how he's going to look on your regular collection. You just have it standing on the shelf with no lighting, none of the special tricks. Or another thing that this could be, maybe it's not a black light, maybe it's just a regular light that you just let them charge, like those fluorescent lights, and then you turn off the light and he will glow. That could be also a thing. But it could be, I don't know. I'm more inclined to this the other one, like the Black Panther one, but since they are not including it, they could also do this other thing. We are gonna have to see how this figure works in order to get to, because I couldn't read anything like concrete on the details that tell me what is going on with this figure. So coming on to the what's included on the package, you have the figure itself, you have the beams, you have some replacement for the wrist, for the missiles, for some I believe there's some battle damage. This is small, I can barely see anything in there. You have missiles on the shoulder, on the hands, you have assortment of hands, and you have the base that it has the same patterns on the base. I don't think the base has the light itself. Hopefully it does, or hopefully you don't even need an extra source of light, because for what I can see, they're not providing it to you. Anyways, moving on to something very unusual that I want to show you guys. We were all discussing about this figure right here. It was a very interesting release by Hot Toys, and a lot of people are really mad at Hot Toys because of this. And I want to read you a little something here. So now is a chance to add this incredible figure to your treasured Star Wars collection. Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, Scale Anakin, Dark Side, collectible figure will be firstly available on shelf at Sideshow Collectible Booth at 1929 San Diego Comic-Con 2018. So keyword on firstly, so he's gonna be released later on. To what extent, to how many figures we're gonna be able to get, who knows? But the fact that they say firstly, it brings peace to my mind to know that later on we're gonna be able to get this figure down the road. It's still wrong that didn't release the head and the stand on the first time they released the figure. I'm still mad at them because of that. But if this is a time exclusive release for Comic-Con, we just have to wait a little longer, like they did with Black Widow, and they're releasing in Japan, and the rest of the world we're gonna get it later. I absolutely don't mind that, because it gives I can still get it. But if you make it impossible and I actually have to go to San Diego Comic-Con to get it, that is really messed up. Come on, there's people who live in Australia. How are you gonna get to Comic-Con? A plane ticket is gonna be $2,000 or some, I don't know, something crazy like that, just to go to Comic-Con and try to snatch one of these figures. So yeah, firstly available on shelf, and then later on it says, please stay tuned to the Sideshow announcement on this awesome collectible figure. Click here for more information at Sideshow, yada yada yada. Really nice. Fans in other regions can contact your Hot Toys official distributor for pre-order information. Pretty nice. Now, coming on to today's figure, the figure at hand. I was laughing when I read this because you guys know my English is not so bad, but I read this like 3 times. It says, expand your were they trying to go for expand your Marvel collection, and they just like spend all your money? That's what they had on their mind, and they were just like, expand your money, I mean your Marvel, expand your Marvel collection. I don't know what they're trying to do. Maybe this is correct. Maybe you can just say that, expand your Marvel collection, but to me that sounds wrong. Maybe I'm just ignorant here. But it's funny because they want you to spend your money, and now they're like secretly sending you a message anyway. So let's move on. Let's go with the expand, which is what makes sense to me, right? Expand your Marvel collection with this innovative pop art inspired Iron Man suit. The Iron Man 2-1 in a 6 scale neon tech Iron Man Mark IV collectible figure will be firstly available on Hot Toys flagship store in Shanghai, downtown Disney, Lakeshore, and Hot Toys booth B13 CCG Expo. Fans, please stay tuned on our announcement on this awesome collectible figure. So this is not a Comic-Con release exclusive. This is not exclusive, but it's not a Comic-Con release. It doesn't say anything about Comic-Con here. It mentions the Shanghai Disney Town Lakeshore and Hot Toys booth B13 at CCG Expo. Nothing about San Diego Comic-Con and nothing about sideshows. Wow. And then on the bottom it says the same thing. Fans in other regions can contact your local Hot Toys official distributor for pre-order information. I've been checking Sideshow for a long time today, trying to get refreshing the page and trying to see if they're gonna post this figure, and they have not. I contact Sideshow and I asked them, and they say they don't know if they are going to be having this figure on their website as of now, because Hot Toys has not talked to them about this particular figure, and as of now they don't know if they're gonna have it on their website available or not. It could be, it could be not, so we have to stay tuned for that. But right here it's not. In the other figure said that you could just totally go to Sideshow, and we know he's already there, but for this figure it does not mention Sideshow at all. I went to Big Buy Toy Store as well, he's not there, and I don't know where else to look, but I cannot find a price on this guy. But this guy is diecast, so you guys can't imagine how expensive he is going to be. He's going to be $300 plus, guarantee. $350, who knows what else Hot Toys wants to charge on this guy, just because he's an exclusive and whatnot. So yeah, guys, this is where I'm gonna end the video. What do you guys think about all this? Are you interested on this figure? It's gonna be this is another very really difficult topic on this figure. I think this figure is, in my opinion, is slightly better, because this is not a figure you need in your collection. Unless you're a super hardcore fan, I'm okay with this figure being an exclusive. You do absolutely do not need this figure. This is a really cool figure, a really amazing figure that you might want to have, but this is not an absolute must-have like the Star Wars Anakin Dark Side. They could have totally included the other pieces, and they made it an exclusive, and they're just trying to get more money out of those by squeezing out of the original release. They could have included there easily, but they didn't. They neglected that, and they're just selling you another piece. This, we all know what it is. This is just a repaint. They've been doing it for years. I am absolutely not mad at all about these release or releases like this, because you don't need them. It's just, if you're a huge fan of Ironman or any other repaints like the porcelain Stormtrooper, then you go for them. Or you can completely say, no, I'm not interested, and that's about it. So yeah, guys, that's my view on this figure. Put on the comments below what do you think about this figure and how he compares to the Star Wars Anakin Dark Side. Do you think this is fair? Do you think it's not fair? Or do you think that the Hot Toys should not be doing repaints because that's just a waste of time or whatever? I don't know. It's opinions on this topic. They're very, you know, the variety of opinions is goes up and down. People have different opinions, obviously. So I want to hear your opinions. We had a really nice discussion on my previous video for the Anakin. A lot of people were mad. A lot of people were like, yo, calm down, this figure is gonna be released later on, and trying to calm people down. And I'm really glad for that, because that is a figure that I see a lot of people getting. This, I've seen the interest for this figure, but it's not a must. I don't think this is a must on anybody, unless you're like, I don't know, Danobi 2 or Budget Star or someone like that that collects every single Iron Man ever. I don't think. If it's cool, yes, it is absolutely cool. It looks incredible. And if you can post it, if you follow Budget Star on his Instagram, he posts this figure in front of the Tron Cycle, and he looked absolutely amazing. So if you have the Tron Cycle, if you want to get this guy, those two, they go 1-to-1. Alright, so I'm gonna shut up now. I'm gonna let you put your comments on the comment section, and I'll be looking at those and answering all the comments, as you guys know, and I will see you there. So try not to be a stranger on the channel. Be around.